What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another ZZZ video. Alright guys, we are going to be doing a beginner's guide. That's right, I'm at level 22 right now, and I want to share with you guys all my experiences, what I made mistakes on and what I did right, and I want to make sure that you guys learn from those mistakes and also capitalize on all the things that I did correctly. So let's talk a little bit about the actual account. The first and foremost thing I want to talk about is currency. So we have three major currencies to look at here. We have Denny, we have stamina, which is considered battery, and then we have the Polychromes, which is going to be your currency for summoning, refreshing your stamina, etc. Right? So let's talk about each single one of them. Now, first off, we're going to start off with batteries. Now, batteries are going to be used in various different places, specifically in places that where you're going to actually get yourself some basic material, some promotional material, and W engine modifications. And as you unlock the expert modes, you're going to have additional things that you can do as well too. So make sure that you're never allowing your stamina to cap, aka battery to cap. Always use them to get what you need, especially early on. You're going to want the agent promotions, you want W engine modifications. Even further, you can look here agent skills as well too, to level up your main heroes or your main agents or your proxies to make sure that they increase their power levels. Plus, you get them up further and further as you level up in terms of their promotion. So always use your batteries. Now, you can always refresh your batteries using polychromes. Do not do that. There is actually an agent that you can use. I'll show you guys real quick what it's called right here. Let me just go into it right here. Like you see here, it's called Ether Batteries. You're going to get quite a few of these throughout the game. They're pretty much the same as every Hoyoverse refresh. It just lets you refresh X amount of batteries or X amount of, batteries for stamina that you can do per day. Now remember, another great way to do this is going to drink every single day. Go drink some coffee, which allow you to get 60 stamina plus an extra buff along the way. So make sure you're doing that. So never let that cap. Always try to get yourself at least the bare minimum. I think it's 1 stamina per 6 minutes. Ensure that you are completely down to 0 by the end of the day, and you let that refresh overnight when you go to sleep, okay? Denny's pretty straightforward. You're going to get a lot of it very early on, but as the game progresses and as you level up further and as you start leveling up skills and other things, Denny's going to start being used more often, especially when you do W engines and all that stuff. So you don't want to overuse your Denny because you're going to run out of it real quick. The best thing to do with Denny's obviously is leveling up your W engines and your characters. Try to focus on 1 character per element max for that same attacker, stunner, support. Don't go more than that. Don't go ham on all your characters. You don't need to. In the beginning, as a matter of fact, just try to get yourself a good mono team, in my opinion. So for example, I'm using a full ice team and all my Denny's going towards them and all my focus is going towards them as well too. Okay, so ensure that you are focusing on 3 major units first: a stunner, a support, and a DPS, an attacker. And then from there, you can branch out as you get further into the game and you unlock more content. Okay, while you're doing that, also remember, Polychrome is going to be the rarest thing you can get. I'm going to show you guys different ways to get it. Polychrome should ideally be used for limited units only, because your basic summon section right here, you're going to be able to get that currency throughout the game as you play it right over here, right? Like these master tapes, they're almost everywhere. So as you play the game and you level up, you're going to have various events, various achievements you can hit that will allow you to actually collect these, plus rewards through quests. So I would not advise using your Polychrome to get that. Focus on getting exclusive weapons or exclusive W engines for your character. So Polychrome is something you're going to be able to do throughout the entire game. Now, with that being said, various different ways to currently get Polychrome. So if you click on the event section here, you'll see numerous ways to get it. So if you just use Ellen, for example, it'll give you 20 Polychrome, right? If you use a couple other characters here, they're going to give you other resources, but not Polychrome. But if you go into the new City Visitors Pass or Passport, which is your daily login, they're going to give you guys enough summons here to summon for Ellen as well, too, for free. Road to Proxy here as well will give you guys 1,600 once you hit level 30. So hitting level 30 is a big achievement, so you'll have quite a bit of Polychrome handed to you. But along the way, you guys can see here, you get the basic summons and you get the bangs as well too for summoning, which you'll be able to do later on as you unlock it at level 20. Iridu Frontier will also give you a free character. Rookie on the Road will also give you guys various different items. Hollow Zero will also give you guys various items, and then Boisterous Premiere is also going to give you guys 30 Polychrome when you watch the official release teaser, which is available for 39 days. So check that out anytime. It's really easy, right? Outside of that, other ways to get Polychrome, simply just do the quest, play the game, get your achievements, and you're going to get a ton of these along the way. Now, with that being said, another great way is, of course, doing your errands. These are your dailies. Very easy to do. Log into the game, try a coffee, check in with a scratch card, Open the video store for business. Complete a Hollow Zero. Once you get 400, make sure you are actually collecting the rewards. You guys can see here, these are the following rewards you get. They're pretty generous actually for a daily amount, and you'll rack these up fairly quickly. So you can see here you get 60 Polychromes, some Denny, and some EXP for your characters, as well as your bangs, and some for your weapons. Okay, so make sure you are doing this on a daily basis. Do not forget these. Now, if you go here on your primer, these also need to be done. You can see I have 4 to 5. I'm about to modify my W engine once to complete it, so I'll show you guys how that works. Now, if I go back to all my other characters, for example, if I want to modify hers, I'll go to here, enhance, and you guys can click on it. You can see there's a modification for attackers. Click on modify. There you guys go. Now, something I also want to talk about real quick while I'm here. If you guys don't know where to find resources, if you right click on the icon, you can see exactly where it tells you to go. Combat Simulation, W Engine Modification, a craft, or a dismantle. Okay, so if you click on there, it'll teleport you directly to the place once you have unlocked teleport, and you can actually go ahead and start getting some of these tokens to modify your actual components that you need. And this applies for promotions, etc. Right? So if I'm going to go to promotions, for example, this is how I promote my characters. I go to attack drills, stun drills, anomaly drills, support drills, defense drills. Right now, this is something that's available to you as you get higher up in level. Before level 20, you won't see any of these new promotions. You're only going to see the basic promotions. So please, please, please don't waste your stamina on these unless you actually need them. Okay, so that's essentially how you do your primer. So if I go back here now to the compendium, you'll see the primer is complete. I finished that up, and look at that. Now I get myself 50 Polychromes, 1 Master Tape, which is a summon, W Energy, Engine Energy, and some Denny. So make sure you are completing these every single time. This is a big part of the game, and it's going to give you a lot of rewards as you play through it, okay? So remember, C4 to 5, upgrade 2 W Engines to level 20. So if I go back to his now, right, and I go to Equipment, and I go up here, and I want to level it, this will get me both of my guys to level 20, and now I have the opportunity to finish this one up, right? So make sure you are focusing on this, guys. This is a huge amount of extra promotions and resources for you to use throughout the game, all right? So that's the primer. And then remember, lastly, the challenges. Make sure you're doing these as well too. These refresh every week. So I have 3 days and 9 hours to finish 5 out of 7 commissions. So once I finish all 7, I'll get myself all these rewards here. Now, the way it works is you go to it, it'll teleport you over to the commission board, and here you're going to do the qualification assessment. Once you've completed that, you're going to unlock the old metro, and then you're going to go further and further through this as you level up. Now remember, these will have different mods, these will have different modes that you can unlock, and at the same time, if you press the status button, you'll get yourself license levels, which gives you guys various rewards throughout here. So this is a great way to get yourself some Polychromes and some extra summons, and then the bounty commissions will also give you guys additional Polychromes and summons throughout the way for the bangs especially, right? So there you guys go. Definitely focus on this. There's a lot of content here to do, so you are absolutely wanting to do that. Now, speaking of your actual agents and teams, remember, do not focus too much on too many characters. You guys can see I have a couple level 10s here because I was testing it out, but I'm mainly focusing on a full ice team, which is what I happen to do. In my opinion, building a full mono team is fantastic. You can get 1 attacker, 1 support, and one stunner, and you're set to go. Whether it's fire, electricity, if it's ice, or if it's just physical, it's up to your ether, etc. Right? You can see here, pretty much you can build everything, I think, except for ether right now, as a full team. So everyone here is useful. Nicole pretty much can fit on any team you put her on. She's fantastic. So everyone else, though, you can definitely put together on a team that's a mono team and actually have a lot of success through it. Now, having factions also really does help. Putting people from the same factions together gives you guys bonuses, so make sure you're doing that as well too, okay? Now, there's something else, which is the battle pass. The battle pass here, you absolutely want to do as many of these as you can, whether you're doing the free-to-play aspect or the pay-to-win aspect. It doesn't matter. The rewards are good either way, so make sure you are completing the level task, the expansion tasks, and the benefits here for the city are obviously available. You can choose one of these after you're completed it all, but for now, this is what you want to focus on free-to-play. Try to do all the weekly, daily tasks that you guys can, and then the season task as well gives you the most amount of EXP. So make sure you are looking at this and trying to complete as much of this as you possibly can, all right? Now, achievements. Very easy to do. As you play the game, you're going to be able to get a lot of these, and these will give you a shitload of Polychromes. That's right, more summoning tokens for you throughout, whether it's tactics, whether it's exploration, or life. Make sure you're looking at this, guys, once in a while, just to kind of see where you are in terms of finishing some of these. Especially if you're like a summon or 2 away, this is an easy way to get some Polychromes to help you guys do some extra summons, and at the same time, it's going to help you be a completionist in the game, all right? So make sure you're doing that. Now, throughout the city, there's going to be various little items that you can collect as you go along. Okay, so make sure you are looking for it early on. There's going to be some chests and some boxes that you can collect throughout the city. Make sure you get these. Those will give you Polychromes, Denny's, different W engines, some resources to level up, etc. Right? So don't skimp out on that. It's actually not a bad idea to go explore different things and different aspects of the game, which will allow you guys to get various resources a lot easier than actually playing the mode. Now, let's talk a little bit about the modes. There's a couple different modes you can play here, okay? So Intronaut here is going to be the section that's going to allow you to see what's available. So first off, when you're in the notification screen, press the L3 button on your controller or whatever it is on the keyboard, go to help request info only. Make sure you pick up all of these commissions. They're very, very important. Commissions should be done as soon as you get them out of the way. The reason why is eventually you're going to get capped on your level and you cannot go any further on there. So make sure you are completing all your side quests and all your commissions to get as much EXP as possible from there. It'll make your life that much easier, okay? Various different things can happen at different times. So the combat dimensional musketeer cannot happen at midnight. So you can't do that quest there. So whenever you are doing quests, make sure you are tracking them, number one, and number two, that you are looking when you can actually activate them. It does matter in terms of what time of the day it's at, and you guys can sleep in your bed to fast forward the day a little quicker in order to do some of these quests. But you guys should absolutely be focusing on some of these side quests to level up a little faster and further, okay? Then lastly, your Intronaut level, make sure you're collecting all of these as you go along. You guys can see I'm level 22, so I got myself a couple of rewards here. And as you progress through the game, you're going to get yourself more and more of these with various rewards that will be provided to you. So make sure you are doing that. At level 20, you can actually increase the level cap of your characters to level 30. And also you unlock the Expert Challenge, Shiyu Defense, Rally Commissions, Routine Cleanup, and Notorious Hunts as well too, which is amazing new content for you and something new for you to do, okay? Make sure you are focusing on those things. All right, now when it comes down to your storage, you see you're going to probably end up getting quite a few of these A and Bs. What I would recommend is make sure that your main 3 units have the best possible engines that you can. Get your engines maxed out, modify them all to max out, and then for the rest of it, just recycle. And the reason why I say this is you're going to get a lot of resources from that. And then secondly, don't invest too much in W engines. A ones are going to drop very often, and you're going to get plenty of them in the future. So don't invest too much in Bs. Just use them to just get over a hump of content that you need, because quite honestly, content's fairly easy in this game early on, and you don't really need too much to do it, but collect your As first, and As are going to be your main form of DPS for quite some time until you finally get yourself some of those S rank ones for specific characters. And also don't forget there are discs for characters as well too, which allow you to equip various sets. For example, this disc right here, right, will give you guys the following: 2-piece set increases impact, 4-piece set gives you basic attack, dash attack, and dodge counters, and inflict 20% more damage on dazed characters. So make sure you are collecting these and putting them on the right characters, plus leveling them up will give you guys random stats, plus a base stat increase as well too. And these you'll start getting at level 20 and up, so don't worry about it early game. You'll be fine without it for quite some time. All right, now next up, let's talk about codes. Make sure that I put on my last video a couple codes. There are 5 current codes out there. Collect these. These will give you guys a lot of rewards to start with. It'll help you guys summon for Ellen if that's what you're going for, or at least get yourself your first S rank character from the banners. And speaking of banners, when you are looking at the signal search, you are going to have a regular stable banner here originally, and this is the one that you want to actually pull on, because this one after 50 will guarantee you an S rank character. You want to go for Lycan if you can. If you possibly can get him, you're set pretty much. And then from there, start pulling for Ellen using your exclusive rewards and some of your actual polychromes here. Remember, you'll have enough to do a full multi by the end of the week. But if you're looking to do re-rolling, you're going to need as many polychromes as you possibly can to get her. But for the stable, the first 50, you want to go for Lycan. After that, it's going back to normal, and S ranks will take 90 pities in order to get them. Okay, so make sure you are focusing on this banner first to get your first S rank, and then focus on getting her afterwards. And then the exclusive is not necessary for her, but of course it will be better for her if you can. But this, I would say, is more pay to win territory early on, so something you might want to kind of think about. If you plan to spend, definitely go here. If you don't plan to spend, I would avoid this. Try to get Ellen as a character, and then make sure you get Lycan here as well too. And if you can get Sukaku, you're pretty much set for a full ice team for quite some time. Now for Bang Boos, you actually can't purchase anything. This is all free to play, so all of your tokens are going to come from playing the game. So make sure you are doing all of your all those modes I mentioned earlier. Get them all done, and every single one of them will give you guys a bang move summon. Remember, it is also 90 to get a pity from here, but you are guaranteed, there's no 50-50 loss here. You are guaranteed the one you choose. And remember, I would to choose the one that best fits your team. So for example, for my guys, the Ice Shark here is going to be the best one because I run a full ice team. You can see the details of what each one does. So make sure you pick carefully and invest in the one that's going to help your team out the most. All right, that's the most important part about those ones. Outside of that, guys, pretty much make sure you're doing your story mode. That's going to be the most important part for the first little while. All right, guys, so when you're in the video store, there's 3 sections here that you can do. You guys can see right above there, 32 out of 54 and 18 out of 36 in the prologue chapter 1. Now, if you look here, in order to advance any further in this, I do need to go a little bit more into the actual game. And in order to do so, you're going to need to actually get some of these stars. So you can see here in the story mode, for example, you need to make sure that all of these are completed in order to get yourself the next proxy up. You see here, I have 1 missing. I'm going to have to go back and actually complete this and get the 3 stars. But there's a proxy requirement for you to actually have enough stars to do the next proxy level up, which allows you to get more out of the actual stages, and you can actually get your characters leveled up even further. Now, you can see you as well will unlock a hard mode, which is going to be a challenge, tougher mode with tougher enemies and have times. But you guys can see there's a lot of rewards here. So complete the commission, finish the combat within 5 minutes, finish the full combat within 5 minutes and 30 seconds. These are going to give you guys a lot of polychromes and other rewards along the way. So once you have started to hit level 20 and you have completed the first rank up proxy, you're going to be able to then move on and do some hard mode and get some more challenges under your belt, as well as get further rewards. Now remember as well, there's a recommended attribute section here, and then the disaster level essentially is how difficult it is, and the recommended attributes is what they recommend you use against enemies who are weak to those elements, whether it's ice, ether, etc. Right? So just so you guys are aware, these will be available to you as you hit level 20. Now this is the story mode. Now combat mode is different. With story mode, you have a lot of TV modes. With combat mode, there is 0 TV modes. It's just straight combat. You guys can see here, will require you to do certain things, use different characters to complete certain tasks and missions, and you will get yourself some of these rewards along the way, which also give you guys resources, polychromes, etc., and as well as these pink stars. And then lastly, the exploration commission here, which is going to be as well just puzzles and investigations and different side quests that you can do. So make sure you're on top of these as well too. Okay, so first and foremost, focus on the story. This is where you want to actually put all your efforts into. It is a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the TV mode. It's something that we're all gonna have to deal with, but nonetheless, it is worth doing because it's going to give you guys the most amount of bang for your buck in terms of resources. And you guys can see here that does tell you also recommended level is 28. So if I go into this, for example, right, and I decide I want to do this mode, this may be a lot more challenging than the normal mode. So make sure you bring your A game, understand how to use your characters, bring the proper elements, and get in there and get this done to get the maximum amount of resources that you can. And this will actually help you guys finish the game and get you guys quickly leveled up, especially hard mode. With the amount of EXP you get from here, will push content quite a bit. But remember, hard mode is no joke. There is a requirement for it for a reason, and it is something that you definitely want to focus on after you get the required level, and try to do as much of the normal story mode as you can in order to maximize the amount of DPS you can push through. All right, okay guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Take care.